Friendly tribes such as the Crow and Shoshone regularly visited our village. They traded horses for our corn. White fur traders came into our country too, seeking animal furs, especially buffalo hides. For these, they would trade us supplies that we desired. They built a trading post near our village and called it Fort Berthold. It was exciting to see steamboats come upriver and unload items to trade. To us, the white man's goods, kettles, guns, metal knives, iron hoes, and sugars, were wonderful new luxuries. Sometimes I was allowed to go into the fort. There I would see colored glass beads, metal cooking pots, and colored fabric, as well as the different people, missionaries, settlers, gold seekers, and soldiers. Their strange hats and clothing with buttons seemed marvelous. Even the language they spoke while bartering was a curiosity. Hidatsa and Mandan men began hunting buffalo for trade. They killed more than I imagined possible. At the trading post, buffalo hides were heaped in piles like mountains. We received goods such as metal tools, rope, and coffee, and the men were given liquor. We were told that the hides were sent downriver, then back east to be processed into leather goods. In our farming community, there was often extra time for fun. The boys played games that tested physical skill. They shot arrows, wrestled, and raced horses. We girls were not allowed to play with the boys. Instead, we played house with dolls, kickball, and my favorite game, hide toss. In hide toss, a group of girls held on to the edges of a large buffalo hide and used it to take turns tossing one another into the air. The goal was to see who could fly the highest while standing and keep her balance the longest. Show-offs would twist from side to side as they bounced in the air, turning a full circle in 2 bounds. I could hardly wait for my turn. I would fly as high as the others and flutter kick my feet. At the height of each bounce, my stomach would feel as if it were turning upside down. We would shriek and laugh until we were exhausted. During the summer season, we picked ripe berries and dug prairie turnips. The gathering of firewood needed to be done year-round. The job was less difficult with the help of our family dogs. My dog's name was Shipisa, or Blackie. I raised him from a puppy and remember wrapping him in a blanket and carrying him on my back the way a mother carries her baby. When he was old enough and strong enough, he joined the other family dogs in hauling firewood. Just as my grandmother had taught me, I rigged my dog with a harness, 2 long poles, and a cross frame called a travaux. We had to travel quite some distance with our dogs in order to reach the wooded area along the river. Men would accompany us to watch for enemies. Once there, we chopped dry tree limbs and driftwood with iron head hatchets. We tied armloads of firewood on our dog's travois, but never more than a strong dog could pull.